Welcome to this explainer video on multiplication and arrays. So in this video we are going to look at multiplication rows and columns and how it works in any order. So this is part 5 and 6 of the multiplication foundation series, and for this video we have two child-friendly videos for shared learning. Our series roadmap, as you know already, covers introduction to multiplication, understanding equal groups, how repeated addition builds multiplication skills. We've looked at skip counting, and then parts 5 and 6 look at arrays. In this teacher parent guide, we will explore multiplication by making an array, understand why it is so important to teach, when to teach it, and we will look at the language to teach. So for this video, we have two paired child videos. The videos for children on arrays are split into two to ensure that children have a chance to absorb the information in both videos because important concepts are covered in both. Who am I? My name is Adele Kelly. I'm an Irish primary school teacher with over 15 years experience. I am passionate about making maths accessible for all children in primary school, including children with dyscalculia, dyslexia, or children for whom English is an additional language. I believe with structured, systematic teaching, we can dramatically improve our maths foundations. When should we teach arrays? We should teach arrays when children are familiar with multiplication by equal groups, when they understand the concept of repeated addition, and when they can skip count. And just remember, some children need more time than others at the concrete stage, and it is always valuable and worthwhile to have concrete materials available whenever you're exploring a maths concept. So what is an array? Arrays are where things are organized in rows and columns for easy counting. In the child video, the first part, we start off with a 3x4 representation, like this one, as it allows children to make a connection with the previous videos on equal groups. It is also very helpful to show the commutative property. See the later slide. What are my teaching points? Firstly, relating them to groups, making the connection that arrays are the same sum but represented differently, teaching children the language of arrays such as rows and columns. The second video on arrays is on the commutative property, which we will explore later in this video. So the language of arrays is, like we've looked at already, we have multiply, we have the symbol for multiplication, but language specific to arrays would include columns and down, and rows and across. Why are arrays important? Well, they're the next step in multiplication. They are crucial because they lay the foundation for teaching the commutative property. They give children the tools to draw out a sum if they're struggling to understand it. They allow children to start to see patterns. For example, square numbers such as 4 multiplied by 4 look like squares, or 3 multiplied by 3 is also a square number. The total is 9, and it looks like a square. So let's have a look at the commutative property. The what now? Simply put, if I know that 3 multiplied by 4 is 12, I also know that 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. This is hugely important for tables for all children, and particularly for children with learning difficulties. They don't need to know the word commutative, but they just need to know that if I turn the array, I can change the order of the sum. If I know 3 by 4 is 12, and I turn it, I can see 4 by 3 is also 12. Moving from real things to dots. Effective maths teaching goes from the concrete to the pictorial to the abstract. So we start with our real things, we move to pictures, and then we move to our sums on the page. Children move through it at different stages, and some children need more time at the concrete stage or maybe more time at the pictorial stage. And then it is also important when children are ready to move them to the pictorial and the abstract. So what are our tips for home? Encourage your child to see arrays in their environment. Maybe a sticker book where they have all their stickers laid out. Emphasize the language of columns and rows. Don't worry about the commutative property, but show them and use the language of different order. If I change the order, I get the same total. And if you'd like, you can see my website for further hints, tips, and worksheets at www.improvingmaths.com. Equally, if you'd like, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel for explainer videos on key maths topics. Thank you.